5 years after Caleb retired from his wild past, suddenly, he decides I'm dirty. He falls for an innocent college girl, chasing a pure, platonic romance with her. In a group chat with his friends, he writes, "Shannon was a nightclub DJ before she married me. Who knows how many guys she was with? No wonder she knows so many tricks in bed." His friends all chime in. "You should have dumped that piece of trash a long time ago. But you can have some fun a few more times before the divorce. Don't forget to send his videos." I see Caleb reply with a single word. "Okay." I know it's time for me to dump this piece of trash first. After I see Caleb's chat history, I know I have to get a divorce. My hands tremble as I take screenshots of the group chat. Then I light a cigarette, a habit I quit a long time ago. I sit on the balcony and take a long drag. The nicotine hits my brain and makes me a little dizzy. 5 years of love and hard work. And in return, he calls me trash. A notification pops up on my phone. I have a new follower on Instagram. The profile picture is a pink cat, and the username is Hates Cilantro. For 5 years, I have been a stay-at-home wife, just like Caleb wanted. I stopped posting on Instagram a long time ago. My gut tells me this new follower wants trouble. I click on her profile. Her pinned post is a photo of two people holding hands. The caption reads, "Shallow people look for bodies. Pure people look for souls." The man's hand in the photo looks familiar. It looks like Caleb's hand. My heart sinks, and I keep scrolling looking for more proof. On Valentine's Day, she posted a screenshot of a $5,000 transfer. The sender's name is Super Daddy. The caption reads, "When it's given freely, it's love. When you have to ask, you're just selling yourself." Someone commented, "I'm so jealous." She replied to the comment, "That other woman had to ask for it, and he didn't want to give it to her. I told him to just give it to her. Think of it as paying for her services in bed. But I told him he had to wait until after Valentine's Day." I know she is talking about me. The day before Valentine's, I talked to Caleb about buying a dishwasher. It was on sale, and I thought it could be my present. My hands are not as beautiful as they used to be from years of housework. A friend gave me a gift certificate for a manicure, but getting my nails done makes it hard to wash dishes. That's why I wanted a dishwasher. At the time, he frowned and said Valentine's Day wasn't a real holiday and that a married couple like us shouldn't get caught up in it. But a few days later, he had the dishwasher delivered anyway. From May 1st to May 3rd, Hates Cilantro posted 11 selfies from different places. The captions were all about her fun trips with Super Daddy. During those 3 days, I was in the hospital after a miscarriage. He said he was busy with work and never came to see me. I keep scrolling until I see a post from New Year's Day. The photo is from a party at State University. The caption reads, "If an older guy suddenly appears, treats you like a princess, and promises a pure spiritual relationship, should you be with him?" In the comments, she added an update on January 18th. "We're together now." And another update on February 15th. "Because of him, I can do whatever I want. Thank you, Super Daddy, for giving me everything I ask for and always saying yes to me." I search my memory. On New Year's Day, Caleb was invited back to his old university for a party. He wanted to take me with him, but his mother got sick all of a sudden. So I went to take care of his mom, and he went alone. It all adds up. This is not a coincidence. I'm sure of it. Caleb is cheating on me. And this Miss Hates Cilantro is the other woman. It all makes sense now. No wonder he suddenly thinks I'm dirty. It's because he's having a pure relationship with an innocent college girl. "Shannon, why are you smoking again?" Caleb's voice comes from behind me. I try to stay calm. I say, "I just felt like it." Caleb has just finished his shower. His hair is still dripping wet. He comes over and snatches the cigarette from my hand. "Don't be naughty. didn't I tell you not to smoke? Or do you want your husband to punish you? He puts out the cigarette and tries to press me against the wall. I think about how he does everything for that college girl, but makes so many rules for me. I feel sick to my stomach. I push him away. Stop it! We're on the balcony. He leans in again, his nose touching my earlobe. Don't you like it? I ignore him and walk back into the bedroom with a cold look on my face. My attitude must have made him angry. He grabs me from behind. Can you not ruin the mood? I've told you so many times that I like it when you play along. Before I can say anything, Caleb's phone rings. It's an unsaved number with no name. But he looks nervous. I can't hear what the person on the other end is saying, but he replies, "I'll be right there." He hangs up and starts getting dressed. "Shannon, my buddy just called. There's a problem with the company's accounts and they have to be checked first thing in the morning. I have to go now." His excuse sounds real and urgent. I have no reason to stop him. While he is gone, I look for a divorce lawyer and make plans with my best friend, Rachel. I am definitely getting a divorce, but he made a mistake and he is not getting away with it that easily. 2 hours later, Miss Hates Cilantro posts again. This time, it's a picture of Caleb's back. He has no shirt on, and you can see his muscles clearly. I zoom in and look at it again and again. He does have a nice body. I have to admit, if he wasn't so good-looking and full of energy in bed, I never would have married him in the first place. Her caption is a direct challenge to me. In love, the one who isn't loved is the other woman. Whatever I want, he comes running. I take screenshots of all this evidence. Lying in bed, my tears run down my face and onto my pillow. 5 years ago, he chased me like a lost puppy. His parents looked down on me because I was a nightclub DJ and told him to break up with me. He had a huge fight with them and chose me without hesitation. I asked him if he would regret it. He shook his head like his life depended on it. "Shannon, you are so cool and confident. You are amazing. I will only love you for the rest of my life." So after we got married, I did everything he wanted. He didn't want me to work at nightclubs anymore, so I gave up the job I loved most. Now, the innocent college girl he loves calls me a tramp, and he agrees with her. He calls me dirty. He knows perfectly well that I have always been faithful to him. Caleb doesn't come home all night and doesn't send me any messages. But the pain he causes me hurts me every second. The word dirty is like a knife cutting my heart over and over. But in the adult world, there is no time to feel sorry for yourself. There aren't a lot of three-legged toads out there, but there are plenty of two-legged men. He was not loyal, so I will kick him out of my life. The most important thing now is plan how to get the most out of this divorce and how I'll make money afterwards.
I decide to go back to my old job. Being a DJ is what I love. All him and his friends know is to look down on nightclub DJs. They think it's a job for young tramps with no future. But they don't know that a truly great DJ can still get bookings at top clubs even when they're 40. And I'm only 30. I'm still young. As soon as I announce that I'm coming back, many clubs send me invitations. I choose the one I used to work with the most and set a date for a show in 1 week. Because I need to wear makeup for my performance, I go to a beauty salon in the afternoon for a facial. Talk about a small world. I was just thinking about asking Rachel to help me follow Caleb and his new girl to get more evidence, but then I see Caleb from a distance, sitting in a coffee shop. The girl sitting across from him has long, straight black hair and perfect bangs covering her forehead. She has 2 very round eyes. That must be Hates Cilantro. I laugh at myself. When Caleb was trying to win me over, he used to say he loved my sharp, cat-like eyes. He said they were charming and confident. Now, it seems he likes the big, innocent-eyed type. The girl eats her ice cream with a small spoon, and Caleb never takes his eyes off her. He has a smile on his face the whole time. They say something, and Caleb gets up with a sigh. He takes a small hair tie out of his pocket and ties her hair up for her. He pats her head lovingly before he sits back down. He really is playing the role of super daddy. I record all of it. Even though I was prepared for this, seeing him cheat with my own eyes still makes my whole body tremble. My mind tells me not to be sad, but my heart still hurts. I call Caleb. He doesn't answer the first time. I call a second time, a third time, all the way to the seventh time. He finally picks up, sounding annoyed. There's a problem with the accounts. The whole company is in a panic right now. What is it? I watch him lie so easily. I can imagine he has done this many times in the last 8 months. It's nothing. I just wanted to ask if you're coming home tonight. Before I can finish, he hangs up on me. I stand outside, watching them. The summer sun is hot, but I feel cold to the bone. 2 hours later, they walk out of the coffee shop hand in hand. I follow them from a distance, holding up my phone to record. Caleb speaks first. Sandy, I think I should buy you an apartment. The place you're renting has all sorts of people coming and going. I'm always worried. So, Miss Hate Cilantro's name is Sandy. She skips forward playfully and turns to look at Caleb. Are you just saying that to make up to me because that old woman interrupted our coffee date? Caleb sounds a little desperate. No, I just care about you. You're so pure and sweet. You shouldn't live in a rundown place like that. My eyes start to sting. When I had my miscarriage, I lost a lot of blood because of complications and had to be rushed to the hospital. There were no beds available, so they put me in the hallway. I sent a picture to Caleb. There were people all around me, men and women, young and old. I was in the hospital all by myself. It was hard enough. His own brother works at that hospital. I wanted him to help me get a proper room. But he replied, "Why are you being so dramatic?" He completely forgot that when we moved into our new house, he held me and said, "Baby, this is just the first step. I'm going to get you an even bigger house in the future. You deserve to be spoiled." Now he gives that same love to someone else and throws me away like an old shoe. Sandy stands on her toes and kisses his forehead. Well, then I'll reward you with the kiss, but I've claimed this spot, so you can't let her touch it, okay? Caleb pulls her into his arms. I won't let her touch it. The spot my baby claimed is special. I won't let it dirty. I bite my lip hard and look up at the sky, trying not to let the tears fall. After they get in their car and leave, I turn around and go into the beauty salon. My best friend Rachel is already waiting. She looks excited. So, did you get it on camera? I ask her tiredly. I'm being cheated on. Why are you so happy? She gives me an awkward smile. It's just that you haven't been yourself since you got with him. Girl, haven't you noticed you're starting to fade away? I look at her, confused. She continues, "You don't dress up anymore. You don't have that I'm the best attitude you used to have. You just listen to whatever he says. He tells you to stay home, and you stay home." I pause for a moment. After being married for so long, I really have lost myself. When we first got married, Caleb was always worried I would leave him. He used to say, "You're so beautiful and you dress so well. I'm scared that one day someone great will steal you away." I would laugh and ask him, "Aren't you great yourself?" He promised me then that he would work hard to make more money and become as great as he can be. And I started consciously to dress down and go out less. If Rachel hadn't said anything today, I wouldn't have realized how sloppy I've become. Seeing my eyes get teary, Rachel pats my shoulder and says, "Out with the old, in with the new, my friend." I found the information you asked me to look for. The file shows that Miss Hates Cilantro's name is Sandy Grant. She's a scholarship student from a small town. Starting this year, her lifestyle improved dramatically. She has designer bags. Just from the photos, we can count 9 of them, worth over $10,000. In the last 6 months, she has traveled to 6 cities, always staying in luxury hotels. Most importantly, on January 18th, she paid off her entire loan in one go. At the same time, her younger brother back home transferred to the best middle school in their county. Then, on top of all the romantic gifts, she gets a regular payment of $3,000 every month. In total, it adds up to almost $60,000. Rachel sighs as she tells me all this. She's a real gold digger, and Caleb is spending a lot. For all that money, you'd think he'd find someone better. I smile sarcastically. But isn't it because she's so pure? Rachel gets angry. Caleb is such a piece of garbage. Did he forget who helped him make all that money in the first place, and now he's out there pretending to be a big shot? No, I have to go talk to him. He was the one who was begging to be with you. Rachel has a short temper and can be impulsive. I pull her down to sit. Calm down. Let's not tip him off. Rachel looks at me, frustrated. But he's cheating on you, and that's $60,000. Are you just gonna let it go? Caleb cheating on me is not that damaging, just extremely insulting. But him spending our shared money on another woman? That is absolutely not going to happen. I scoff. What he took from me, he will have to give back every single penny. Just then, my phone rings. It's Caleb. Where did you go? Why didn't you tell me you were going out? I frowned without realizing it. When did I start needing to report to you every time I leave the house? Hearing my firm tone, he softens his voice a little bit. Honey, I just came home and didn't see you. I missed you, that's all. All I feel is disgust. Maybe it's the money, or maybe it's because I valued our marriage so much, but I have let him slowly forget his place and who really is. He treats me with this attitude again and again. Before, he was my man, so I put up with him and didn't argue. But now, he wants to order me around? No way.
I'm running some errands. I'll be back soon. What do you want? He sounds a little unsure of himself. I have to go out of town for a few days on a last-minute business trip. I made time to come back home so we could, be together and do something naughty real quick. When I don't say anything, he continues. Well, since you're not home, I guess that's that. My flight is booked, and I'll be late if I wait any longer. Be good and wait for me to come back. After I hang up, Rachel scoots over and asks me what I'm going to do. I hold up my phone and open Sandy's profile. She has posted again the pictures of a condo and Caleb's back. The caption says, "From now on, we have a home. 1 cat, 2 people, 3 meals, 4 seasons. Here I give the best of me to you, my super daddy." How funny. Caleb probably doesn't even know that his pure college girl has already exposed him. And the condo they bought is in my neighborhood. It looks like Sandy is planning to end their spiritual relationship and officially challenge me for my position. I shake my phone. See? She's rubbing it in my face. I have to play along, don't I? I decide to pay a visit to their love nest. Rachel is afraid I'll be at a disadvantage and insists on coming with me, but I tell her no. I hope to handle this divorce between the 3 of us in a civilized and efficient way. There's no need to drag Rachel into it. Besides, I know Caleb too well. He wouldn't dare do anything to me. He just thinks he's brave, but he's really just an irresponsible coward. After we got married, his parents and relatives never treated me well. He had the courage to fight with them and threatened to cut them off to make them accept our marriage, but he couldn't keep it up after we got married. If I wasn't so tough, I can't imagine how much I would have suffered over the years. As I walk to the door of their new love nest, I feel surprisingly nervous. I ring the doorbell, and Sandy's sweet voice answers. Who is it?
I take a deep breath and say calmly, "Open the door. I'm looking for Caleb." Maybe she didn't expect me to be so direct. It's quiet for a moment before the door opens. Sandy looks at me with an innocent expression. "Ma'am, I think you have the wrong door." Huh, she's putting on a show for me. I ignore her and shout into the apartment, "Caleb, if you're a man, stop hiding. Your wife is here. Aren't you going to invite me in for a cup of tea?" Sandy must also want this secret affair to come out into the open. Her expression changes immediately, and she runs back to the living room with the door open, crying, "Caleb, honey." Finally, the three of us are sitting together in a very awkward atmosphere. She's just a young girl and can't hold it in. Sandy speaks first. "Since you already know, I can only say I'm sorry, but ma'am, the one who wasn't loved is the other woman." I glance at her, then look at Caleb. He doesn't seem to expect Sandy to say that. He says urgently, "It's not what you think, Shannon. She's young and doesn't know what she's saying. Love or not, we haven't done anything." I slowly light a cigarette and take a stack of papers out of my bag. Nothing happened? Then why did you pay off her loans and buy her expensive gifts? Sandy gets anxious again. "My Caleb honey lent me all that. I'm going to pay it all back when I start making money." Caleb tells her to shut up. She pouts, and her voice gets quieter. "But it's true. The way she's acting makes it sound like I'm a gold digger, just like her." Caleb slams a cup on the table. "I told you to shut up." I stay silent the whole time. Sandy's big eyes fill with tears. You, I'm not talking to you anymore." She sits there sulking, and Caleb looks at me awkwardly. "Shannon, let's go home first. Let me explain." I look at Sandy and smile. "Go home to where? Isn't this your home?" I take out the divorce papers and push them across the coffee table. "Sign it. You cheated." Caleb gets anxious. He wants to grab my hand, but he hesitates. "Shannon, do you have to make such a scene? Can't we talk about this at home?" I put out my cigarette. "There's nothing to talk about. This is the last chance I'm giving you to do this with dignity. You leave with nothing. If you don't blame me for what I do next. You know what I'm capable of." Caleb looks at me in disbelief. "Shannon, are you crazy? I'm the one who went out every day and made all the money, and you want me to leave with nothing?" I look at him straight in the eye. "Yes, you leave with nothing. He is where he is today all because of my connections. When we first got married, Caleb was just an ordinary programmer. He treated me like a queen back then, like a sweet puppy. Later, I used my connections to get him a chance to work on the design of a popular video game. I had a good feeling about that game, so I invested all my savings and even borrowed a lot from my family. The game became a huge hit, and he became a new tech millionaire because of his shares. He has some skills, yes, but he wasn't the lead developer. He got a cut of the profits only because I have a good eye." Sandy is the first to object. "Caleb honey earned all that money by working day and night. He's the one who developed that popular game. What right do you have to take all his money when you were just sitting at home and doing nothing? As a fellow woman, I'm ashamed of you." I raise an eyebrow. "Wow, Caleb honey. Is that how you introduced yourself to her?" Caleb cuts me off angrily. "That's enough, Shannon. You want a divorce? Fine, let's get a divorce. I'll sign." He quickly signs his name. Sandy gets anxious. "Caleb honey, you can't agree to her terms." But Caleb says, "It's okay if the money is gone. I can start over. I have my skills. I fell in love with you and I wronged her. This is me taking responsibility as a man." He keeps glancing at me out of the corner of his eye. After a moment's hesitation, Sandy rushes over and hugs him. "Caleb, honey, I'll be with you every step of the way." Caleb looks at me with a smug, defiant look. I remain calm and continue. "And Miss Grant, I need to get back the money Caleb spent on you during our marriage, including this condo. The total is $560,000. Sandy is stunned. You should know when to stop. Caleb is already leaving with nothing. What more do you want? I put away the signed divorce papers and stand up. Paying back what you owe is the right thing to do. Otherwise, I'll see you in court. I walk out, ignoring Sandy's yelling behind me. Once I'm outside, I happily send a picture to Rachel. When I handle things myself, nothing is impossible. Drinks on me. Rachel sends back a thumbs up emoji. I'm impressed. That was so cool. I feel a little proud myself. Rachel and I had expected to get a 70-30 split. He gets 30%, I get 70%. That was our bottom line. Who knew Sandy would be so clueless? Caleb is all about his ego. I know him too well. If we had tried to negotiate this behind closed doors, it would have taken forever. He says he wants a divorce, but he might not have actually gone through with it. After all, he's my free maid, and he can also help my career. If he hadn't wanted to save face in front of Sandy, I probably wouldn't have gotten this done so smoothly. So, in a way, she didn't just take in my secondhand trash, she also did me a huge favor. But now that Caleb is broke, it might be hard to get the money back from Sandy. However, being a homewrecker is wrong. Since she dared to spend someone else's money, she has to face the consequences. I send a message to Rachel. Help me find the phone numbers for Sandy's department head and her academic advisor. Going to court would at most get me a ruling to get the money back. If she doesn't pay, there's not much I can do. But if I go to her school, she'll have to pay it back. Unless she's willing to throw away her entire future. At the bar, Rachel tries to get me drunk. Shannon, if you want to cry, just cry. I pause for a moment and shake my head. I really don't feel like crying. I'm not very good at processing emotions, so a lot of people say I'm cold and heartless. It would be a lie to say I'm not sad. But now that it's all over, I feel more relief than sadness. Seeing that I'm actually doing okay, Rachel relaxes. So, Shannon, are you really just going to let that cheater and that tramp off the hook like this? I smile and ask her, he's leaving with nothing. He's basically been working for me for free for all these years. Aren't you satisfied? What more do you want? She narrows her eyes. That doesn't seem right. The you I know would get revenge. It's true. Your best friend is the one who knows you best. I take a big gulp of my drink. It's not that I'm not getting revenge, it's just not the right time. I have to wait until I get that $500,000 back. Rachel exclaims that she knew it. Over the next few days, I pack up all of Caleb's belongings, but he keeps making excuses that he's too busy and doesn't come to pick them up. I finally contact Sandy and tell her to come get her super daddy's things. The same night she picks up his stuff, Caleb posts a ridiculous message on his social media. Getting rid of toxic people and starting fresh. Everything is happening for a reason. The picture is of him and Sandy kissing passionately. Sandy, not to be outdone, posts the same thing. Rachel suggests I should really mess with their minds and comment, "Hope you two last forever." But I have to say, she's still too naive. Ignoring them completely from a position of superiority will make these two clowns feel even worse. The day of my comeback performance arrives. Rachel, with her big mouth, has told everyone. Sure enough, Caleb shows up at the club that night with Sandy. They choose a booth right next to my DJ station. They feed each other fruit and whisper in each other's ears right under my nose. Caleb's hand wanders all over Sandy's body, and he keeps giving me defiant looks. It's so childish. I just turn my head away. But when I take a break and go to the restroom, a drunk Caleb corners me in the hallway. "Shannon, you're so cruel." I say, "Thank you." He probably didn't expect me to say that. He gets angry. "I didn't do anything with her, and you're still divorcing me over this." I ignore him. He grabs my arm tightly. Why can't you just listen to my explanation? I promise I'll break up with her, okay? Do you really have to be like this? His questions are giving me a headache. Caleb, we're divorced. If you harass me again, I'll call security. Get out of my way. I really can't be bothered to argue with him. There's no point. He knows I mean what I say, so he lets go of my arm resentfully. He must be furious because he yells after me, "You were always like this. You'll regret this." Huh, I never regret anything I do. I don't regret marrying him, and I don't regret divorcing him either. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Sandy hiding in the corner. This girl, it seems, is not as innocent as she looks. She agreed to a platonic relationship, but lets a married man kiss and touch her all over. She was supposed to get all his love, but now she has to watch her lover beg her ex-wife to take him back. It's truly sad, but tomorrow she'll be doing even worse. The next day, Rachel and I go to Sandy's university. I show all the evidence and videos to her department head. "Mr. Davis, I have no other demands. I just want her to pay me back my money. Otherwise..." Her department head is a good man. He comforts me and begs me to give this lost child a chance to change her ways. He says she's still young. I will definitely talk to her. I just hope you can leave her some dignity. I shake his hand. If she's smart about it, I can do it as a favor to you. Mr. Davis walks me all the way to the school gate, thanking me profusely. Rachel asks me if I'm really going to let Sandy off the hook once I get my money back. I nod. The teacher's dedication to protecting her student deserves my respect. That evening, Caleb shows up at my door. He pounds on the door like a madman. "Shannon, are you trying to drive her to her death? What right do you have to go to her school?" I lean against the door and show him Sandy's social media profile on my phone. Then what right did she have to rub it in my face? His eyes widen, but he still tries to argue. "She's just a kid. She's only 20. Why can't you come after me if you have a problem?" I hold out my hand to him. "Fine, then you pay me back. $560,000. He grits his teeth. "Is money the only thing you care about? You got rid of me so easily and now you're trying to destroy me." I take out my phone and show him the screenshot of his group chat with his friends. "Caleb, weren't you the one who was going to get rid of me?" He stumbles away. I make myself a pot of tea. After thinking about it carefully, I still think the Sandy girl is too foolish. People's suffering really does match their level of understanding. Her teacher had already tried to help her, but since she insists on challenging me, I have no choice but to make sure she loses completely. Sandy and Caleb have the biggest fight they've ever had. I think it's partly because of the money and partly because of the things they both hid from each other. I don't have time to watch them tear each other apart. I just want my money back, quickly. Sandy's parents from her small hometown come to visit me. The two elderly people, their faces wrinkled with age, try to kneel as soon as they walk in. I stop them with a cold expression. They are willing to have Sandy move out of the $500,000 condo and have raised $47,000 by borrowing money and selling their land. They beg me to be merciful. But I refuse. Aren't these parents accomplices? If they were really as upright as they claim to be, how could they watch their college-age daughter arrange for their younger brother to transfer to a better private high school without having any questions? This is just a desperate choice now that everything is out in the open. I have a clear conscience taking back this condo and the money. Caleb tries to guilt trip me. "Shannon, can you really bear to watch two old people lose their house and sell their land? Are you even human?" I throw his own words back at him. "You could cheat on your wife. Are you even human?" His eyes light up. "I knew it. You're still angry that I cheated. Shannon, stop messing around. Let's get back together." He is so selfish. One minute he's fighting with me for his innocent college girl, and the next he's begging me to take him back. Or maybe he doesn't even know what he wants. I shake him off like he's a disease. I've wanted to get rid of a piece of trash like you for a long time. We are never, ever getting back together." He looks at me in disbelief. "Shannon, just calm down. We can talk about this again when you're not so angry." He leaves in a hurry. Maybe he knows that he's just saying that to save face. I get all my money back. Rachel jokes that I've now become the person everyone envies: rich, beautiful, and no husband. Now that I have my money back, I'm not afraid of these two scumbags doing something desperate. I write out the story of their affair, including screenshots from Sandy's social media. I post it everywhere I can think of: the university's online forum, various social media platforms, Caleb's circle of friends. Not only that, I hire a mobile billboard truck in Sandy's hometown and have it drive past her parents' house every morning with a broadcast: "Congratulations to the Grant family Sandy for her successfully homewrecking and becoming the new girlfriend. Congratulations to the Grant family Sandy for her successfully homewrecking and becoming the new girlfriend." This was all planned in advance, executed quickly and all at once. I want to ruin both of their reputations. Caleb and Sandy are thrown into a panic by this sudden scandal. They both come to me and ask me why I went back on my word. I only have one thing to say to Caleb: "I taught you this a long time ago. All's fair in war." Later, Caleb's parents come to find me. They still have that arrogant attitude. His father sits on the sofa with a dark expression. "You two are husband and wife. Don't you feel ashamed making such a big scene?" I pull out the divorce certificate. His father stomps his foot in anger. "Couples fight and make up. What's the use of a piece of paper? You're still his wife, aren't you?" What is this, the 1950s? I laugh. "Sir, those days are long gone." Seeing that their approach isn't working, his mom pretends to have a heart attack. "Shannon, are you trying to kill me? Is this how a daughter-in-law should act?" I tap the divorce certificate again. Seeing that I won't budge, the two of them soften their tone. His mother cries and tells me how hard it was for her to raise Caleb. His father tries to teach me the importance of being forgiving, but I don't fall for any of it. Finally, they give up. As they are leaving, his mother glares at me. "Marrying you was Caleb's biggest mistake. You're shameless." I take a deep breath. If you told me I was shameless earlier, I wouldn't have listened to you go on and on. I would have kicked you out along with my shame. The story is a hot topic for a while. None of Caleb's friends who used to mock me with him are willing to help him now. They're even afraid to be seen with him. Everyone is worried that people will laugh at them. Caleb's reputation is ruined, and he starts posting random things on his social media. Sometimes he rants about his friends, blaming them for his divorce. Other times he rants about his old-fashioned parents for breaking up his family. Most of the time, he just complains about how hard it is to be a man. I find him ridiculous. He and Sandy also broke up. The day they broke up, Sandy posted another update: "Age gap." She is a hopeless romantic. Even after breaking up, she can still make up her own poetic reason for why they didn't work out. Rachel loves gossip. She takes on the job of keeping up with what happens to them. She tells me that Sandy is completely humiliated at school. She's being ignored by her roommates, and even the professors don't like her anymore. I feel a little disappointed. I thought she would get expelled. Rachel winks. "Want some more fuel to the fire?" I shake my head with a wry smile. There's no need. Actually, between the two of them, the one more at fault is Caleb. A poor college student going down the wrong path could be because she's young and naive. But a mature man leading a college student into a dark place, that's unforgivable. Caleb has come to me asking to get back together, but I ignore him every time. Sometimes he gets desperate and has a complete meltdown. When that happens, I just call security to drag him away. Ever since I exposed him, he seems to have lost all sense of shame. He shamelessly cries and begs me to take him back in public. This has happened so many times that inevitably people post videos of it. What I didn't expect was that some people online would actually sympathize with Caleb. They advised me, a man who changes his ways is more valuable than gold. A man does not kneel so easily. He's begging you on his knees. How can you be so heartless? I ignore them, but Rachel can't stand it. She argues with them online every day. It's actually a good thing. It gives her something to do. Otherwise, as a trust fund baby with no job, she gets pretty bored. After everything settles down, my career is back on track. I'm busy every day, but I'm incredibly happy and fulfilled. Rachel also found something to do because of this incident. Her comebacks are so brilliant that she's getting rave reviews. I suggest she should start a live stream to teach people how to win arguments. She looks like she's found her purpose in life and nods enthusiastically. It turns out that this is the perfect path for her. She quickly becomes a streamer with 750,000 followers, and that number is still growing every day. And me? I'm still the same old Shannon. I was then, I am now, and I will be in the future. The end.
If you liked this story, make sure to subscribe. If you didn't, send it to someone you hate. Caleb must have triple-layer elephant skin. He makes me wish I could slap story characters through my screen. And Shannon is seriously so cool, I have heart eyes. We post daily story updates from my personal collection. We also have playlists for different types of stories. Check them out. See you tomorrow.